Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. Today we are doing the finished pages. According to my spreadsheet, we did 51 pages. 8 of those were the PDFs. So I did not finish any books this month. So maybe next month I'll finish some books. Who knows? So these are the PDFs. I want to show you one of the long-term WIPs that I'm doing. And this one comes from Dark Fairytales by Kerby Rosanes. I will show you this double page spread that I am doing. And now this is taking me all my pencils, every pencil brand I own. I'm doing this in the only thing that I don't like about doing a Kerby book is that this middle part is always a little bit on the side of a annoyance, so I try to do it, but this is what we're doing. This is 2 pages of really, this is every pencil. This is a light gray. It may not look like it. I may redo it again, go over it again. So I have done this. This is all the stuff I've done. So this is Prismas, Black Widows, Polychromos, Holbeins, Black Widows, Luminance, Pablos. So that should give you an idea of how I'm doing this. So this is the first one that I'm really working on. Been working on this one for quite a while, for almost 2 months. So I want to show you that so you have an understanding of how long it takes me to do just a Kerby pick. That's a lot of different pencils. So now we'll go to the PDFs. I put links down to most of the stuff. If there's not a link, it means I just... So this one is a Hannah Lynn. This is from last year, I believe. This is called Poolside Retreat. I put them in the sheets when I'm done. So this is, it is July 24. This is a Patreon. It is Poolside Retreat by Hannah Lynn. Now, I am a Patreon subscriber, so I sometimes download these and then have them printed for a while. And then when I get the time to do them, I do them. The next one is from Deborah Muller. It is A Year of Wonderment by Deborah Muller. So this is one of the digital ones. I got it off her Etsy store. Deborah Muller has print books that she sells on Amazon, and she also has an Etsy store that I believe it's called Chubby Mermaid. Is her thing. So I have a few of her books in digital. Those were done with colored pencils. This next one I got from the Dover website. I believe these were the freebies that they are giving away for August 2nd. August 2nd is called National Coloring Book Day, and Dover celebrates by giving away free pages every year. So if you want to go over there, go to the Dover website. This was also done with colored pencils. This was done with my Black Widows, Color Pastels, and I believe my Prismas. So that's what I did with those. This one was also a freebie I did, and this one was a grayscale picture. I believe it was a freebie I got from one of the Facebook groups. I just call it a couple freebie. So I used colored pencils, and this was a grayscale one. For the skin, I did use Prismacolors and Black Widows. For the red hair, I used my Holbeins. For the boy's yellow shirt and the brown hair, I used my Pablos for that. The girl's outfit, I used the Black Widow. So I use a lot of different brands of pencils. Now this one is Patriotic Beauty by Shade Your Way. This comes from a coloring book set called Patriotic Beauty by Shade Your Way. I used markers for this one. It is a 4th of July one. That's why I bought the set of the coloring book. I did like this. This artist, Shade Your Way, has a lot of different coloring books. I'm getting quite fond of them, so I buy a lot of their books, their coloring books, coloring sets. Now this is one that I've had for a while, and I finally colored it with markers and some gel pen. As you can tell, you can't really tell, but that purple is a glitter gel pen from my Color It gel pen set. Yeah, I have one set that's 48 of them are gel glitter, and the other 4 are regular. So that comes from probably the glitter. And right here, the green here, that's also glitter. Doesn't really show that much. So this is from Nori Art. Fairies and Queens is the name of this set. So those are the 2. I did 8 PDFs this month. So this one is from We Create Dreams. We Create Dreams is a Facebook group made by Yvonne Maristera and I think 2 other people run it. But so I mean, she's the one who does most of the drawing. But there's another one, Corey D. Rams or something, I believe is the name. I'd have to triple check, but this comes from Yvonne Maristera. And yes, this was a grayscale, which was done in markers. So you guys can see I did this one in markers, no pencils. This was all markers, and this was grayscale. And so you guys, just so you guys get an understanding of how much marker was used in this. You can always tell a nice juicy marker because it has this in it. Now the next one is from Color and Joy Digital. This is another Etsy purchase. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun doing the yellow hair. It was grayscale. And then the rose made a deep red, little pink lips. This was all done in markers. So. This is Color in Heaven Summer. Color in Heaven presents Summer 2025. A lot of you know I've been coloring, I do a few streams with this book. So I did 4 pages in this, according to my thing. So I did this one. This is by Deborah Muller. I did this with colored pencils. This one too. I always like doing the Deborah Muller ones. This is one that we did on stream. I believe we did this on live stream. Michelle would know because she watches all my streams. Then I did this one. This one is one that I did off camera. This one is Hannah Komnitaziki. Forget me if I butcher the name. I like this. This is called Summer Teacup number 2. When I saw this, I thought of lemons, and then I thought of a pink cup with red and pink flower. And I did the leaves green, but these leaves were done in the color pastel, and I used the very last of this color in the pencil for that. So, would I get the color pastels again? Probably not. Would I get the color pencils? Probably not. Now, this one is probably the last one I did for this month. This one is called The Way Home by Morgan O'Brien. Now, if you go to Morgan O'Brien's coffee page, yes, Morgan O'Brien has a coffee page. And he basically, if you subscribe to his coffee page, you can download this book as a digital book. This book is no longer being sold on Amazon. I love this little book. If I ever finish it, I am keeping it because I like the pages. So this one I did with my color pastels. This red was done with the King Art pencil. I did this with some of the cheaper brands. This one I did with a color pastel. The pink is color pastels. Most of this is pastels. This is also a Color in Heaven Presents Summer 2024. This was last year's summer one. I also did 4 in this one. So I did this one, finished this one, colored pencils. I basically am using colored pencils. This one we also did on a live stream. I kind of had a lot of fun doing this, and I think Michelle was the one who picked this. Michelle picks a lot of pictures. Then this is another one I did. This is also from Coloring Book Cafe. Now, Coloring Book Cafe has their own books and stuff, so I was kind of surprised when I saw this in a Color in Heaven one. So it is nice to see different ones. Then I did this one, the Capybara Chill. I think it's a capybara. So this one is from Lenka Falenko. She has a lot of images off of Amazon on Etsy. So I did this. What did I use? Color pastels, Prismas. For the capybara himself, I used the Black Widows. The color pastels for the hat. Everything else was probably Prismas or King Arts. I can't remember. Now this is on my 15. This is on my 15 books to finish. This is called Color Me to Sleep. It's 100 coloring templates to promote relaxation and sleep. I remember I got this a few years ago. I don't remember where I bought it, but I think I bought it in like a bargain store. So I did this one with the purple. Then I did this mandala. The idea was I wanted it to be bright, pastel-y colors when I did this. Didn't actually work as well as I thought it would work, but the red gave it a little bit more of a pop when I put it in. This one also, I noticed I'm doing some mandalas in this book, which I really, really like. Then this one. This was the Crayola Colored Pencils Challenge. There was a hashtag called Color Like It's 1987, where you colored a whole image in nothing but Crayola pencils. So this was done with Crayola pencils. And so that's why it's called Color Like It's 1987 for the hashtag. This is another one. This is a Christmas in July book. We did this on a live stream. Debbie McComber writes a lot of novels, a lot of romance novels, or what I call hometown romances, which I think I've read 2 or 3 of her books. Very good writer. So we did this one. We did this one on stream. I decided not to color a background because I thought there was enough colors on this that it didn't need a background. Now, some people will say that's not really right to not color a background, but I thought it came out really nice. I liked the colors. And plus it was Christmas, so I thought that gave it a little bit more pop. Did we have glitter in this? Yes, we did actually. There's some glitter here. I think it's the only, this and this are the only things that are glittery. So we used a lot of different pencils on this. I have a separate place where I keep the Christmas pictures. So this is another one that I finished recently. This is called Beauties in Fairyland by Coco Weil. I love doing portraits, so this one was a little bit of a challenge. I did these with my Touch 1 markers, which I got on Prime Day. So I used that, and already one of my skin tones is fading. The thing about when I use markers is that the skin tones fade really quickly. So I like this one a lot. Now, this is an old Color in Heaven magazine from 2018. This is called Color in Heaven Collection Christmas 2018. This is also a Christmas in July one. And I believe this is Anne Stokes. What she does is dragons and fantasy. So I did this one, I guess. I had forgotten I had colored this, actually. I guess I did this in wood. You know, I wish I could remember what pencils I used, and I don't remember what pencils I used. This is Fairytales by Emelie, Lidehall, Oberg. This is on my 15 books to finish for this year. So I colored 2, and I'm doing a work in progress, as you can see by the paper, which helps because when I color in this book, it tends to have some what we call bleed through, and I try to avoid the bleed through. So I finally finished all these little birdhouses. Colored pencils, of course. I don't remember. I do so many now. I finally finished the yellow and orange one. I put in some other colors just to make it a little pop. So, you know, I started it and then I never worked on it. And then all of a sudden I started working on it again. And so I tried to keep the template the same, make it yellow and orange because it looks very summery. And then as you guys can see, I started one, but didn't finish it. So as you can tell, I used some pastel colors. This was Prisma. Everything else was color or pastels. So there'll probably be some Black Widows later on. I like using my pastels from the color set. So if you guys are wondering, this is, you see, like you guys can't see it, but there's all these pencil marks underneath this. So I'll probably cover them up. And then there's this one. This one is going to be kind of hard because it's all this fine detail, so I'm probably going to use some fine liners on it. Dear. This is what I call my WIP book, my works in progress. The gingerbread house. The mermaid picture. She just needs the fish and little things left in it. I know I'm not adding a background to it. I really don't have that many left to do in here. But the thing about this is this book takes an incredibly long time, and then there's the back cover that I've also got to do, but I've already started that. So that's that book. Now this is Chibi Christmas by Jade Summer. This is a grayscale coloring book. I had a little accident happen on this book when I was working on it. So what happened with the girl's skin tone is I was working and I accidentally spilled the marker when I replaced the ink for the skin tone. And it turned out that it went all dark, and then I had to make the girl's skin tone darker to cover up the mistake. So you guys don't really see it. It doesn't look that dark on camera, but in person when it's not in camera, it's really, really dark. Yes, it is markers, so this is double the set. Well, also, they don't sell this book individually anymore. Now they sell it as part of a bundle book, which is a 4 books in one now that they just started doing. I don't understand that. Sorry, guys. 300 Mandalas by Sally Berry. This is a really nice mandala book, but it's thick. I did 2. So what happens here is I wanted to do it bright and make it really nice. So I did this on 7/8/25. This is one of my 15 books to finish in 2025. Yes, that's the hashtag. It's a goal for me to do it. And then I did this one, which I made bright colors. But look what happened, because I didn't put the paper down in the correct spot. I put it down in the one after it, thinking it was that. So that's okay, because I'll cover it up eventually. So I did this on 7/23. I did this with the Touch 1 markers. And this is a Color Your Horde picture. This is the new Erie book, The Magical Land of Laramie. I can never remember what the name of the book is because different translations. So this was the book that my sister and my brother and my sister-in-law bought me from Japan. So I did this one. I finally finished the little map. So I've been working on this one on and off. So this is a CYH July 2025 Color Your Horde picture. So yeah, I don't have too many Color Your Horde books anymore. So yes, another Demita Victoria book. It's kind of like the same kind of pictures that you'd get with Jade Summer. I know, right? I did one in this. I did this one. This is done with, this one is done with Copics. This was done before I got my new marker, so I like that. Hello to the 3 people who have joined us in the chat. So, and of course I put a paper down, but when you do the markers, sometimes they leave little, you guys don't see it as well, but sometimes you can. Some of the books you can and some of them you can't. This is Jade Summer Kawaii Grayscale coloring book. So I wanted something a little whimsical and a little cute, so I did the dragon. And I did this. I thought this was really cute and a little bit more on the whimsy side to just do something fun. Yes, markers. Garden Fairy Special by Anna Vatska. Sorry if I butcher it. Some people have very hard last names. So I did this one. This kind of reminded me of Snow White a little bit, except I didn't do the fairy dark hair. I did it blonde with a little bit of pinkish purplish in it. Wish I remembered which pencils I used, but it was done in colored pencil. This one I'm doing in colored pencil. Grazia Salvo, Kindness by Grazia Salvo, the Woman of Flowers collection. Now, Grazia Salvo has a Woman of Flowers collection. I guess it's a series of books. So I did. See, I have all the little page markers. We can't actually use the name of what the project is, so we call them page markers because some people don't like the term flags. So I did this one with markers. I started this one a long time ago and then didn't finish it. And then I was like, you know what, I'm going to finish it. Fix the skin a little bit. The skin was a little messed up. And this one too. I was channeling my inner 80s because of the color choices. Like this color was big in the 80s. And I saw this little workout and I thought, well, that kind of reminds me of an 80s jumpsuit. The next one is a color by number book, and this does count for Christmas in July. So I did 4 of these, and this is a color by number. Now, some people say, well, that's an easy one to do, but actually, I think some of the color by number books are really hard because when you go in and you try to fill in the color, the numbers are really difficult to read in some of these books. So don't think they're as easy as they look. Well, I started this one a while back and didn't finish it, so then I did this. As you can see, some marker ended up from the last page. That's because that wasn't properly, I didn't put the page in properly. These were unusual choices. I wouldn't have picked these colors. If I didn't know what these colors were before I put down the color, I would have probably changed the color to brown. But it's okay because sometimes you get an unusual choice. Same thing here. I would have chosen the bricks to be brown instead of the pink that they turned out to be. Those were 4. Now, this is also a Color Your Hoard for July 2025. This is the first book that I've colored, first page that I colored in this book, and this is Japanese Mythology Special by Stinara. So this is the one that I did. I chose the first page in the Color in Heaven magazine. I thought that would be a good choice. I made it orange and yellows because it was also summer. And I think, what is this called? Amaterasu. It is the most vivid goddess of the sun from when the Japanese imperial line descends. So I thought making it that color would work. So I'm going to put this now on FaceTime. Nothing. Now the next one that we have is Girlfriend's Coloring Book by Deborah Muller. So my brother just called up and wanted to do a FaceTime video with my FaceTime message with my mother. Hilarious. So Girlfriend's Coloring Book by Deborah Muller. This is one of my favorite books to color just for fun. This is actually a print version of it. Most of the Deborah Muller that I have are going to be digital. But this one is print. When I got it, I really enjoyed this one. Like, I love the way this one came out. This is what it says is life was meant for good friends and great adventures. So when I looked at this, I thought of myself and my 2 nieces. Well, me and two friends. I like this because this book can translate to really any age if you really stop and think about it. Now, the next one is another Jade Summer. This is called Adult Coloring Book, Intricate Flowers. Now, this was on the list last year in 2024. This was one of the books I wanted to finish, but it didn't make the cut this year. So this time I did 1. Sometimes I only do 1 in this book because this book is, when they say intricate, this book really is intricate. So I did orange, purples, and yellows in this, or an orange red. But you guys, it doesn't look hard, but I'll tell you, this one is going to be intricate. And this one before it that I did was really, this little one here was so intricate. It took me 2-3 months just to do this one. So you have to understand that some of these things, when they say intricate, they really mean intricate. They don't mean like it's not intricate. Now this is Imaginary Friends by Karolina Kubikowska. Now, when I'm done with it, I put it always back in the box to keep it safe and keep the binding safe. So, and this was an expensive book. It was not a cheap book. Right now, I cannot find this book anywhere. If you can find it, please be my guest because it's not cheap. So I did this one. I did this one with colored pencils. I must have done this early in the month. I really like this book. I like the sketchiness of it. Some people say, is this grayscale? Is this not? I consider this grayscale. Some people say, no, it's not traditional grayscale. But I think because of the line work in it, I consider it. But different people, for different reasons, consider it that way. So that's that one. Now, this is another Karolina Kubikowska book. We did this on a live stream. I love this book so much that this is one, if I ever do finish it, I will keep it because I love the nature of this book. So, my mother's in the thing with my brother. They're on the phone. I know. This one was done on a live stream. Now, normally I have been having a little bit. Oh, no, don't tell me that. Okay. I hate when I get the connection's unreliable because I'm like, no, please don't do that. And then there's this one that I have to do after that one, but we'll do this another time. I just like this because you can make these as light, as dark as you want. So I've seen people do so many amazing things in this book. Like, I just love the nature of her books. Another hardcover one. Now, this is another one that took me 2 months. This one took me about 2-3 months to do this picture. Number one, it is a double page spread. This is, I believe this is the Swedish version of Tales from the Forest. I bought this a while back. So then I did this one. This is the one that I did. I did this one many different things. So I did this with the lizard. Different colors, different things. I did not put a background in it. I did not feel like it needed a background. Now, some people will say, I should have put this as a background. I should have done this. I should have done that. But you have to understand, I'm not good at backgrounds. I'm okay at them. I'm not great at them. Now, this is a Demeter Victoria one. This is the hardcover Demeter Victoria one. I also have another hardcover called Hello Spring, which I didn't get to do at all. So this one I'm 50-50 if I'm going to keep it or not. I probably will keep this because I like the pictures. So this is the one that we did. I did this one because this one was kind of like the one I did the one before and I did the one after. And I'm like, you know what? Let me put this in as to make it a complete thing. So as you guys can see, I made the horse's mane dark and I made this nice and light, and then I made this. So I enjoyed this. What markers did I use? I think I used my Copics, except I think the horse. I probably used my Copics because my Copic has this color, not my new ones. So that is the Demeter Victoria one. One of my favorite little books that I never get to color in. So, what did I finish reading? Oh, I finished reading 3 books this month. I finally finished reading the Becky Lynch autobiography. I finished Shield of Sparrows, which was awesome by Devney Perry. I loved it. What else did I finish? Oh, Blood Beneath the Snow by Alexandra Kennington. I thought that was great. It was a very quick read. I finished it in like little to no time. I am currently now almost done with Interview with the Vampire. I read that book many, many years ago. It happened that the horror book club decided to pick it up. So luckily for me, I already have that book in my collection. I didn't have to spend money on that. So sometimes what I like to do is in my book clubs, some of us who are in the book clubs decide that, oh, we've already owned this book, so we'd like to read this for book club. So we suggest the book, and then people vote on a book, possibly. So then we do Little Secrets from My Fairy House. Now, you guys know that this, I did finish it actually. Yeah, we finished it off camera, but we started it on live stream. What happened was that was the day that, that was a really, really busy day actually. The groceries had come like right as we were getting near the end of it. So, and also what I did in the back here, guys, guys may not know this, but what I did in 1925, and I did the back of this as well. So you guys know that I did that as well. Like I like to do the back of it so I know when I finish a picture too, and I make a note of it. So this is the last book. This is called Dream Girl. Although they have the other books in the series, which I'm kind of sad about, but I'm in the second part with these books now. So I did 4. So you get to repeat what you did, but you could color them differently, which is why I'm coloring them so differently than the first one. So you see this one? I colored this totally different than the first one. This is all colored pencils. I did the mermaid, which I really like the second mermaid. I like the first one. Then this third one I did like this, right? Now, if you look at the original version of the third one, this is how I did the third one originally, and this is how I did the second one. I did it very differently. You notice I did it very, very differently. And see, if you see this fourth one, this is the way I did this. This I did with Prismas. Believe it or not, I did this with Prismas and King Arts. Colored pencils and my Prismas. So if you look at the fourth one, this is the way we did the original fourth one. That's the original. Now we did this one. Kind of made it a little bit different in the way I approach it. I try to make them different when I do that. So this is also one of my top 15 books to finish in 2025. So if you look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I know what you're saying, guys. This one would make a good Halloween picture. 4, 5, 6. So I only have 6 pages left in this book to do. I am really looking forward to doing 6 more pages in this book, and then I'm done. Am I keeping this book? No. I don't really like the pictures in this book. To me, I'm like a little more on the manga side. They're okay, but I think for me personally, I don't love them. I'm not crazy enough about them, but I did spend the time, I did spend the money on the book, but this is also about space. It's not that I don't love all my hardcovers, I do, and this is what you would call a thinner hardcover, so to me, not every book is going to be a winner. So we did some Christmas in July, we did some 25 books. I did do some books that were not on the schedule. You know what I mean? I always try to do things that are not on the schedule. So here's the numbers for the year. For this month, I did 51 books, 51 pages, 8 PDFs, no finished books. So in total, the pages for the year at the end of July are 243 pages in total. 48 of those were PDFs. 2 finished books for the year, 1 in the top 15 and 1 in the non-top 15. So that is where the books stand right now as far as stats. I don't know what the final numbers are for the end of July, other than those numbers until after tomorrow, until August 1st. And no, I did not get my Color in Heaven, the magazine. I did not get the magazine. So now I contacted Color in Heaven, and they said I have to wait till after today to see. So I gotta wait and see when I get my mail today. If I don't get my mail today or tomorrow, then I can contact them tomorrow saying I did not get my Small World special or the Color in Heaven, the special one that was supposed to come with it. I get it. I got the digital version of Small World because when you're subscribing now, you get the new issue as soon as it comes out, a digital version that you can download. So you get the PDF version of it, but you don't get the print version of it. I'm a little mad that my book has taken me so long to get. I don't know why they think it's why my magazines are taking so long to get. I understand they're an international order, but every few months I have a problem with my order. So I'll go like 2 months without a problem, and then number month 3 I'll get a problem, and it doesn't come. I don't understand why it don't come. So as you guys can see, I picked the Shade Your Way. I think that was one of my favorite ones besides the Ticket to Dream one. I think I used the Ticket to Dream one because I was having a problem uploading the thumbnail. So I did put down a lot of the links for the book. So I hope you guys that. Right. I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I know I have. I just don't know why I don't get my color in heaven all the time. Most of the time I don't have a problem, but when you have 1 month where you don't get it, and then there's supposed to be a special issue with your other issue, you're like, why didn't you get it? So I did see the mailwoman put stuff in my mailbox today, so I don't know if I'm getting it today or tomorrow, the book. So, but I wanted to do this today because it's already, these books are so packed on my shelf already. So, and what I did with my Christmas and my Halloween books is that I put my Christmas books and my Halloween books in a tub, in 2 different tubs, one for Halloween, one for Christmas. So this way I would be able to separate them and see what I actually had as opposed to what I didn't have. Now, next month, I think we can finish this one next month. This is probably going to be one of the books I finish next month, if time permits. It all depends on what my schedule is. This month, I was able to finish 3 books, plus I'm on the verge of finishing a 4th book before next week. Then next month's books are, let me tell you what they are next month. For Romantasy, Rose and Chains. For the fantasy book, it is The Coven by Harper L. Woods. For horror next month, it is Hell House by Richard Matheson. And then I'm 80% done with Court of Mist book, but I remember reading this series, ACOTAR, a long time ago, but apparently when I moved, I did not have my ACOTAR books or my Throne of Glass books. So I probably got rid of them in the move, or I lost them because me and my mother, we went through our boxes and 2 of our boxes didn't come. So I'm thinking one of the boxes was my coloring, and there were some coloring books missing. 2. So we're thinking one of the boxes was mine, and one of them was there was a box full of grasses that never came, that had these really cute mugs, and I had gotten my mother these mugs on Amazon a long time ago. So sometimes things get lost in the mail, and that happens. So there were a lot of books that I didn't carry over with me, and I'm okay with that because you know what? It's life. You move on, and I had plenty already. So I've got to get the 3rd book in that ACOTAR series, but I'm going to wait a little while until I'm done reading the 2nd book, and then maybe after that, if there's enough money, maybe I'll do it. So enjoyed this. I know I have, so I hope everybody is happy and has had a good week. Have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll see you maybe on Saturday or Sunday. And we'll do a stream possibly on Saturday or Sunday. So, and no, I did not do any diamond painting this month. I will tell you that right now. I guess I was so busy coloring, I didn't have the time to do any diamond painting this month. So, which is interesting, actually. But maybe I'll do some diamond painting this upcoming in August. So everybody have a wonderful week and have a blessed day. Bye, everybody.